Hi guys, in today's review we were looking at a Rapido Trains UK sort of pre-grouping iron mink or gunpowder van, and this model here has been out for a year or two now in the correct livery of the Great Western. Rapido decided they were going to do a what if style livery on this Great Western style gunpowder van, and this is the Great Northern version they're doing. They're doing several versions, even a spoof one as well. So this does make it Era 2. The product code for this one is 908023. Like I said, it's been out for a few years now, and from here it absolutely looks stunning in the cream and blood red. So let's get into the review and see if it's any good, and at the end I will tell you the price I paid for mine. So here goes. Starting off at a leaflet you get with this Great Northern style iron mink wagon. So you get a leaflet, like I said, with a little bit of history. So the basis of this van is based on the Great Western Diagram V6 iron mink wagon. It's one of the most recognisable designs that came out of Swindon. Rapido have gone to the trouble of basically doing what other manufacturers do and going, well, these seem to sell well, we'll just do some other liveries. It also tells you if you have any issues with the model, please contact Rapido. I think you also have a lifetime guarantee like you do with most of their models as well, but I can't really read it on here. It does also say, while not 100% accurate, we thought you would like this offering of ready-to-run van for modelers of railway companies and private owners. Which, yeah, I'm up for that. If you have a problem with your van, please come here. Then if you turn over, you get the whole list of liveries they do. I will go through these because my paper's a bit crumpled and you might not see it very well. So we have at the top, we have the Caledonian one in red, which is a number 34. Then we have a Great Northern one, which you see that I have as well. Then you have the Lancashire and Yorkshire. You have a Taff Vale one. You also have a Barry's Railway one, which I thought was BR as in British Railways, but it's not. We have a North British Railway one. We have a North Eastern Railway one. We also have, is it Greasley and Humbury? Sorry if I butchered that. You also have a Blue Circle Cement one, which again, I do like the looks of. And then you have a Duplo one, which I think is the tyre. I know I've said that wrong, but it's a tyre company. And then you have a spoof livery, which is G Guy Fawkes, which I know by the time this review goes out, most of these will be sold out, but at least Rapido have got a lovely choice here. So yeah, that's all you get on the leaflet. As we now move on to the front or the back of this iron mink wagon in the Great Northern livery. Again, we do have a NEM pocket coupler with a NEM pocket coupler in it. On both sides, we also have black buffers, which are metal and are not sprung. I don't know why Rapido don't do sprung buffers on their rolling stock, but they don't. We have the shanks themselves, I believe, in black. We have the buffer beam itself, again, in red. We have a black hook in the centre. The black hook in the centre could be metal. And then you can also see some of the supports for the van itself coming down. Moving up to the design of it, or livery, there is a lot of rivets going around the outside of this van. The livery I want to say is cream and blood red is what I'm going with. Don't know if that's official term, but that's what I'm going with. The supports on this are in red and the metal for the van itself is in cream. Then in the centre at the top, I think it used to be a vent, but it's been welded shut. Obviously to keep the gunpowder dry, I am guessing. As we now will do a side-on view of this iron mink wagon or gunpowder van. As I said before, this is in the Great Northern livery, so we do have the G and the N either side of the, getting a sliding door or open door. Again, like I said, that the livery of this van is in a cream and blood red. We have a plaque that tells you it's a gun van. We also have a number of this van, which is 13207. We also have a plaque, and I think it's like some sort of painted on piping and lock for the system so no one breaks it. And then near the end underneath, we do have it saying return to King's Cross. It also says this is a 7-ton van. My camera won't pick up some of the images I need, so I will try my best to get some good ones. Again, on the underneath, we do have a slight difference. I'm not sure if this is the side with the brake rigging applied. I think it is. The other side doesn't have any brake handle or anything like that. On the sole bar we do, or the chassis, we do have a plaque as well. Again, I can't seem to get a really good photo of it. We have white rimmed wheels that I think are spoked. Again, there is quite a lot of colour and livery. The livery itself in cream and red is fantastic. As we now do an air review on top of the gunpowder van. The top of the gunpowder van is very basic but probably correct. The roof does not come off like some of Rapido's models, but the roof itself is in the cream, and we do have a line of rivets. I think there's 3 lots of lines of rivets, and then around the edge we have some more rivets as well. As we now do a underneath look at this gunpowder van, like I said at the start, the gunpowder van does have NEM couplings already applied to it, along with the pockets as well. We also have metal wheels. Again, these metal wheels do have a white wheel look to them from the outside, and on the inside they are spoked, as you can see. Very crisp and very well done. On my version of this van, it only has the brakes on one side, and the brake shoes do line up with the wheels. But on the other side, there is 2 holes for other tooling that Rapido are going to use for the chassis. From this angle you can also see the doors are separately applied as well. The underneath detail differences on the frames, we have a spring in the centre, we also have a wood effect going on, we also have some bracing and supports for this gunpowder van. Remember, this gunpowder van is only a 7-tonner. I think there's a few axles as well for the wheels and springs, but again it is highly detailed. So next up will be the usual coupling test I do on rolling stock. So the Rapido Great Northern gunpowder van will be hooking up to a Bachmann 3-plank, and I think it's a South Eastern Chatham Railway, I think it's a 2-plank ballast truck by Rapido. So here goes. Yeah, pretty well, no issues there. So yeah guys, that's the end of the running session and the review. Before I give my opinion, I'll tell you what was pulling the train, and that was a Bachmann North Eastern Railway E1 class. Again, in the wrong livery. Bachmann got this wrong. They've omitted it. It should have been a different colour. They thought it was green from the black and white photos they were working off. So that's the only reason I am running it. And plus I don't really have many Great Northern locomotives. I am waiting for the new Retool Tango to turn up, but at this point it hasn't. So in the train we had a mixture of other Era 2, Era 3 wagons. So we had a LSWR road van in its Era 3 livery. We had a Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway covered van from EFE. We had a few South Eastern Chatham. We had the new Dapple J. Jones Butcher's van from Dad's Army. Thought I'd give couplers a try out again. Then we had a Oxford Rail Great Eastern Railway covered van, a South Eastern covered van, and then a few private owned wagons from Hornby and Bachmann, just to make a train up. I think it looks okay to me. So the prices and where did I buy mine from? Well, I bought mine from Hatton's and I paid £28.50 for this. Well, it's quite a good looking gunpowder van, and that's the whole range. All of them was priced the same, and most of them have sold out, if not all of them have sold out at most model shops at the time of me recording this. But if you were to buy it directly from Rapido themselves, you're talking more around the £32.95. Again, it's not a bad price. Again, you don't get sprung buffers on it. I don't know why Rapido don't do sprung buffers on their rolling stock, but they don't. So the van itself, did I have any issues with the van? I actually didn't. I actually love recording it. It's very free rolling. There is also holes in the chassis or sole bar as well, if you look closely enough. I spotted that out when I was making the train up for this video. The livery is fantastic. I do like the cream and the blood red, especially when you think of gunpowder. It's, yeah, I love it. The one too, even though it's a made up livery and a Great Western designed gunpowder van, I think it's a Y class, I think, something like that. Yeah, it suits it pretty well. I am glad Rapido did this. There is a few more in the range that they did that I did fancy as well, but my go-to is the Great Northern. The issue is now, would I recommend these to people? That's the question. And if I'm honest with you, it's really down to your budget, your preference, and your likeness. For me, yeah, it ticks all the boxes. It's a bit of fun, it's made up. It looks the part to an expert, possibly. If you saw it running on a Great Northern layout, you would say it looks the part. The price for me from Hatton's wasn't too bad. I don't mind paying that for something that's quality. And when the wheels are as free rolling as this, yeah, it's worth every penny. Maybe it could have been a little cheaper, possibly with no sprung buffers, or the tooling and design costs already been taken out when they did the original lot of the gunpowder stuff from the Great Western. Maybe, that's just my preferences. I have actually seen a Great Western gunpowder van, and I saw that with Tony North Eastern and Smallwood Junction at the Didcot Railway. We were taking a steam train ride, and there was one at the side near the sheds. So yeah, I have seen one and they do look the part. So yeah, that's basically, for me, it's a thumbs up because it ticks the pre-grouping stuff for me. But like I said, it all comes down to your preference. Are you willing to pay that price or not? Are you willing to wait for one comes in a sale? That's the question you got to ask yourself. It all comes down to what you like. I can't say yes or no for you, but for me, it's definitely a yes. That's all I can say. Do apologise about the ramble. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. So please take care and goodbye.